What's good, world? It's your boy Stefan. Welcome to the video. This is going to be kind of a new segue of videos. I'm about to start taking my content in a slightly different direction. Still talking about the body game and everything that comes along with that. But we're also going to be talking about some other topics as well. Might even be doing more response videos. And I also want to get to a point to where I'm talking about more adult stuff, okay? And deeper issues. You know, I've had this kind of conflict recently in my life, and I'm going to explain why all this kind of ties together. So this is for people who just like following my stuff. But, you know, your boy's a dance teacher. I teach dance. I work a lot with the youth. And I like, whenever it comes to teaching dance, I really like working with the youth as a mentor, helping them find an outlet, and using dance as an outlet to really get into their bodies and improve their body game and solve issues that kids need to solve whenever it comes to body game confidence, getting over fears, self-awareness, okay? But I'm at a point in my life, 27 years old, and there have been some things that have happened in my life in the past year that have motivated me to and inspired me, and I do feel called to start tackling issues that adults face, okay, and focusing more on my adults, creating content that I believe will really, yes, it benefits younger people as well, but especially younger people who really have to deal with real life. But I want to start producing content more for my adults, okay? I may get to a point to where I'm just mainly doing series for men as well. Okay, so my content's going to change a little bit, but it's all going to have to do with the same stuff, and dance will somewhat be involved as well. Okay, but I thought this was a good video to kind of segue into the type of content that I want to start producing. Okay, so let's chat it up. Okay, because for those of you who don't know, Kevin Samuels just posted a video. Kevin Samuels is an image and stylist consultant. Okay, and I won't go into too much of his backstory. You can follow his content if you want, but he just posted a video, all right, that talked about image versus shame. And he said, he asked the question, he's like, what is more important, your feelings or the truth? What's more important, the truth or feelings? And in the video, he responds to a different video, that the conversation he was talking about is tackling the issues of, specifically, and this is what I'm talking about because it has a lot to do with body game, is obesity. Obesity. And how society has seemed to gotten to a point that we make obesity seem like it's an okay thing. And some people celebrate it. And if we get to a point that we're talking about it and saying that there's a negative aspect to it, that it may not actually be helping you. Whenever we say things like that, especially men, okay, sometimes people get really upset with us, okay, because it hurts. The reason why they get upset is because it hurts their feelings. And sometimes people can get backlash. So he just addresses a lot of that in this video. It's a 2-hour conversation on his video. I would love to recommend you to his YouTube video so you can just hear his perspective. But I just wanted to kind of follow up with some of the things that he said. And I admittedly haven't watched the whole podcast. I want to follow up, kind of share my perspective on some of this stuff, because I really want to talk about the truth. And the reason why I'm using this as a segue is because the content that I want to start producing has a lot to do with the truth. It has a lot to do with honesty. It has a lot to do with reality. Tackling hard issues. Coming to a level of acceptance with ourselves and where we're going in reality. All right? Accepting the truth. Even if it's going to hurt our feelings. Some of the content that I'm going to be posting has a lot to do with stuff that's going to hurt your feelings or push your feelings or make you feel uncomfortable. And it's going to challenge you like it challenges me. But the question is, what's more important, truth or feelings? Whenever I sit here and tell you, and other people sit here and tell you, or the world sits here and tells you, hey, listen, just like, and I got this from a Twitter quote, Just like if a magazine posts an image of an anorexic woman, like a woman who's really anorexic, bones and all, visibly, unhealthily anorexic, we'll say, no, that's not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea. That's unhealthy. It promotes treating our bodies unhealthy. It promotes unhealthy habits. It's not good. We don't want our young girls to feel like they need to be this skinny, anorexic. And we don't want the young girls who are anorexic to still stay anorexic. So, but society, we've kind of gotten to a point where with the obesity epidemic, or whatever you want to call it, the obesity situation, it seems like the same case doesn't apply. Okay, it seems like if we post, we'll do articles, we'll share images. And first off, I don't want to make this seem like you do what you want to do, fam. We're just here talking about the truth, talking about facts, talking about dialogue. You can live your life however you want. You can support whatever content you want, whatever you want. I'm just asking questions. So, whenever it comes to stuff like obesity, we don't really, some of the times we're not asking the same questions like we do at anorexia. Okay, we're not holding the same level of standard. It seems like we will support the journey to obesity sometimes. It seems like we are scared to talk about the truth and the negative aspects of it, the negative health, the negative consequences. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. And then we got to ask ourselves, does that benefit society? Does it benefit society whenever we just ignore the fact that treating our bodies unhealthily does come with a lot of negative consequences? Does it benefit society knowing the fact that most of the time people, yes, it hurts people's feelings. Yes, it's going to challenge you. Yes, it's going to make you question how you are living your life and living your day and spending your time and spending your energy. And it may hurt. But, if we cater to your feelings, if we cater to people's feelings, if people just cater to my feelings, all right, is that going to help us as a society? Is that going to help the individual, first off? Let's just talk about the individual. Is that actually going to help the individual? And let me segue into this, okay? Because me, personally, I've never dealt with obesity personally. Now, 90% of my family has struggled with obesity. Not even joking. And I mean real obesity, okay? And I personally have seen the negative effects that come along with that. Not just from the physical aspect of things, but the emotional aspect of things. The confidence, everything that has to do with what we're talking about with the body game. Okay, I've seen the energy that comes to the body game. I've seen it. I've seen the negative things that happen. Okay, but that could be just my perspective. Now, I'll tell you this, I have struggled with living more of a healthy lifestyle. I did struggle with consuming more healthy foods, okay? So I did struggle on the diet aspect, and if I did struggle finding consistency for exercise and movement, okay? I did struggle with that. So I know for a fact if I would have kept those habits, then eventually I would have ran into the obesity issue, okay? I know that, so I can somewhat resonate. But luckily, I just played a lot of soccer whenever I was a kid, so I burned off all the calories, okay? But I know that once I stopped playing soccer, once I got to college and I wasn't forced to exercise like that, I know if I would have kept the habits, eventually I would have been running into this issue. But let me tell you something, okay? And this is why I feel confident about saying this, because I've had family members who have lost weight, all right? A good friend of mine, one of my best friends, he used to struggle with obesity, and he has lost a whole lot of weight. And he's getting ripped now. He's actually watching the live stream right now. But, and I'm telling you this, I've never had somebody come up to me and say, yo, Stephen, dude, I was like 100 pounds overweight. And now I'm not 100 pounds overweight. And I'm fucking pissed, man. I feel worse. I hate my freaking life. My body's healthy. I'm consuming the right foods. I'm eating healthier. I'm starting to get muscles, and you can start to see like my outline and my figure, and I'm just fucking pissed, man. It's making me depressed. I've never heard that. Never, ever, ever, ever heard that. Never. Now, you will see some people who will take the healthy thing too far, and they'll get too extreme with it, and maybe they will have a hard time having fun doing some of those things that are making them healthier. But I'm telling you, they don't ever want to go back. Most people, 99.9% of the people that lose the weight never want to go back to gaining all the weight. Okay? I've never heard that. And if obesity is such a great thing, if not taking care of our bodies, not taking care of our body game, and there's many ways we can not take care of our body game. So this ain't just about obesity and size. And some sizes aren't obese too, so it's not just about size. But if that stuff was so good for us and beneficial for us, then why is it that once people go to the other side, why is it that once people start finding the light, they never want to go back? But I've seen people who were in the light go to the dark side and be like, dang, I got to get back to the light. I got to get back to the light, man. I remember in high school and college, I was ripped, I was shredded, and then, I go into the real world. I got a job, got a family, just kind of lost track of my habits, man, and I want to go back. I've heard that. But I've never heard somebody say, yeah, man, I used to be like really obese. I used to struggle with all these health issues. I used to just like eat really bad all the time. And then I started eating like really healthy, bro. And like I just started getting in the gym, and I started getting ripped, and people started being more attracted to me, and my confidence just like skyrocketed. And then like, dude, but like, and like I eat healthy, my energy's good, dude. Like, but I want to go back to like being obese, dude. Like I want to go back to the dark side, bro. I gotta go back. It's just like, oh, it's like way better. I've never heard that. Never heard that. Most of y'all haven't heard that either. Okay. Now there are people who, well, let's say they were obese, and then they went too far and they got like to the anorexic side of things. There are people who do that. It doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened. And I don't condone that either. I don't want to promote that either. Okay? I don't want to promote that. So what's more important? What is more important? The truth? The truth? Or feelings? What's more important to you? What's more important for the world? Truth or feelings? And I think Kevin Samuels does a great job in this video, or at least the portion that I saw it, which he explains, a lot of times whenever we talk about this obesity issue, we'll say things like, oh, well, there's like thyroid diseases. And there are, and that's true. There are people who take care of their health, have an extremely healthy lifestyle, but they got the shit into the stick on some thyroid issue, all right? And because of that, their body just can't take off the weight. And that's respect. That's unfortunate for those people who deal with that, but mad respect. And there's nothing that can be done about that, at least that we know of. But he makes a great point that thyroid disease is a degenerate, he uses a specific term, but what we're talking about is rare. It's exceedingly rare. That's what he said. It's exceedingly rare. This thyroid issue, exceedingly rare. But whenever we talk about obesity, that's our main excuse. Or we'll try to say it ain't healthy, but listen, I haven't seen many physicians say it's good for us. I haven't seen many doctors say that's good for us, the experts. So I gotta ask you, what's more important? Truth or feelings? Truth or feelings? And it's hard because whenever we want to make the transition, it's hard because, dang, man, I thought I was doing everything right. Or if I make the transition, I'm going to have to put in some effort to learn some new things, new strategies. I might have to change up my friend group. I might have to change up my circle. That's a lot of effort. Maybe your ego's involved. You're telling me that I'm not the shit right now. You're telling me that I don't have it all together right now? What? What? You're telling me that I'm not just perfect the way that I am, and I have to do things for people to like wanna like me and wanna be with me, and for me to be able to be my best self, be the most efficient. I have to do things. I have to improve myself. Yup, fam. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the likes. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. Body game. Body game. Your image. I think the title of the video, like I said, was image versus shaming. What is more important? Your thoughts or your feelings? Go check out that video. Go check out that video. So, in this next, I think I'm going to start a series. All right, there's a book that is amazing. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guy. I told you I'm about to change my content. And I think this little series, this book, I'm going to do like a 5 to 10 video series over this book. We're going to break down the book, the concepts, share my stories, share some other stories. And we're going to talk about how all this influences the body game. So I'm not getting too far off it. But the thing about the body game is it's not just this outside physical thing. There's so much internal shit that goes on that has to be dealt with, that we must address. Because it's not just about getting ripped, getting abs and stuff like that. It's not about that. That's some cringe shit right there for some of y'all. It ain't about that. It's the energy. It's the vibes you give off. That's the most important thing. So there's no more Mr. Nice Guy. And this is why I talk about the truth, because the No More Mr. Nice Guy is all about honesty, being the truth. It's all about truthful, direct, versus worrying about everybody's feelings, trying to please everybody. It's a nice guy syndrome. But we're going to talk about that later. So keep an eye out for these next little series. If there's certain topics you think that I should be addressing, well, first off, let me know what you think. What do you think about it? What do you think? Is the truth more important than feelings? All right, I'm going to wrap this video up. Let me know what you think in the comments, all right? Or sure, if you want to be more private on the subject, you can always shoot me a message. Always take in video ideas in the form of a message or a comment. But yes, let's chat it up. I'm going to wrap this video up. Got to bounce to... Actually, I got to go pick up my keys because I left my keys at the theater over the weekend. And now I gotta go pick it up. So that's what I'm actually about to do. So, yeah. It's your boy Stefan. Y'all know the drill. It's not a phase, it's a movement. Peace.